Hi and welcome to lesson 15. I'm Tim Aubrey from DMAD Marine Mammals Research Association. Today we're going to be looking at WFS data, or Web Feature Service data, and how we can use that to add more information very quickly to our maps. Please remember to keep liking, subscribing, and most importantly sharing these videos so that we can reach as many people as possible. Thanks, bye! Okay, so I've opened up Google Satellite using the XYZ tiles as we've done quite a few times before. And what we're going to talk about today is WFS data, which can also be found in the browser. And that stands for Web Feature Services. And all I've done is I've opened up Google Satellite and I'm just going to zoom in on the UK because that's the country we're focusing on today. Okay. And I've shown you how to use the zoom tools. They're all up here on this toolbar. Just click and drag a square around. So I'm interested in just the UK, so I'm going to zoom in a tiny bit further. And the next thing you want to do is go to your browser. And what I'll do is I'll put the link in just underneath the lesson as always. But all I've done is I've gone to the UK GeoPortal website. And I've gone through their data sets, and I've got a data set from the Office of National Statistics, which is all about the national parks. So these are the parks that are open for people to walk around and things in the UK. And a lot of the government GeoPortal websites for different countries are laid out in the same way, which is quite convenient. So have a flick through some of those. And I'm going to go to this button here, which is APIs. API stands for Application Programming Interface, and it's just a way for different applications to speak with each other very basically. And I'm going to go down to where it says WFS because that's what I'm interested in, and I'm just pressing Control-C to copy, Command-C if you're on a Mac. So once I've done that, I can head back to QGIS, and under WFS I right click and go to New Connection. I'm going to call it UK_national_parks. And then all I need to do is pop my URL in there and just press OK. And you'll see nothing's happened on our map so far. And that's because we just need to double click on this to bring it in. And again. Okay, so it wants me to be on the national grid, so that's fine. I'm just going to press OK because it wants to show it on the UK national grid. And it'll take just a couple of seconds to load. This will all depend on the speed of your computer. Okay, and if this file, sometimes it can load just below your Google Satellite, so if it's here and you're not seeing anything, you can just drag it up. And just like every other attribute table, just like every other file, we have an attribute table which gives us some information about the different shapefiles we got. For some reason my QGIS is not enjoying that at all, so we'll just wait a couple of seconds, apologies. Okay, so we can see that we've got object ID just like always, and then we've got the names of national parks, so we've got Dartmoor, etc, etc, the Peak District, that's near me, and then it's got our bearings in eastings and northings as well as our traditional latitude and longitude, and then it's got the area of the shape and shape length and things. And I can just close this, and because I've got this data, I can just add labels as before. So I'm just going to add the labels to it. I'm going to keep the purple colour, but you could have changed the purple colour. You can see it's defaulted to the object ID, so it's got our different files in terms of 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. And we're just going to change that to this layer here, which is NPark 18 NM, and we're just going to make the sizes very slightly smaller. So I'm just going to bring it down to 8, just so it all fits on a bit nicer. And as we learned in the tip the other day, we're just going to add a text buffer as well, just to make all of our writing stand out a bit more. I'm just going to change that to 0.8, just to make it a bit less garish. And there you go, we've got, without any effort at all really, data on our national parks and data on and the names as well, and we could even display the areas if we really wanted to. And another thing which is quite useful about the WFS data, so I'm just going to save this as lesson 15. Once I close this map and start a new project, then I still have this WFS data in here, so I can just double click as before and it should load. Same grid problem, don't worry too much about that. We are going to cover coordinate reference systems in quite a lot of detail later on, so we'll just wait for those to load. And you'll see they load again. I haven't got my background mapping this time, but we can just as easily add some background mapping. There are going to be a couple of issues with the transformations here. You can just click OK through those windows for now. As I said, we are going to cover all that coordinate reference system stuff in quite significant detail in further lessons. So there we go, I've got all my national parks on the background mapping, and it's as easy as that. Okay, thanks, bye, see you in the next lesson.